Welcome back to another episode of Sound Pals Go to the Movies. Today, I'll be reviewing the movie, The Monkey. So just a fair warning, there's going to be spoilers up ahead, so you've been warned. When twin brothers Bill and Hal find their father's old monkey toy in the attic, a series of gruesome deaths start. The siblings decide to throw the toy away and move on with their lives, growing apart over the years. So let's begin with my first pro. Based off the Stephen King short story, The Monkey, the film's idea is that the certain object has the power to kill people every time its key is wound. To add to it, the object is seen by others as just a mere toy, a weird looking toy, but still just a toy. This is where Stephen King excels in his writing by having the toy monkey on the surface being the driving force, but at the end it lets the reader ponder about the outcome and if Hal and Petey's decisions make a difference at all. Then the story is then taken by director Osgood Perkins, I would say reimagines it and gives the audience at the end a little bit more to talk about as theories go. Because you really think audience will just see a killer drumming monkey? Nah, they will go beyond that and speculate, even though it's not there, which makes it more fun of a conversation with your friends. Each person will want to make something of the movie, even though it might not be there. So thanks to the director for making a film that leaves us wondering what did it all mean, even if it's just at the end, a killer drumming monkey. Next pro, the cast. They were good in their individual roles. Not gonna say they were amazing, but they did their jobs. And we have Theo James, Elijah Wood, Tatiana Maslany, Colin O'Brien, Sarah Levy, and Osgood Perkins, with his cameo as Uncle Chip. I got to say that cameo and Nico Del Rio as the priest were the funniest characters to me from all the other characters in the movie, and they do stand out, and I appreciated the humor they brought to the film. Next pro, the route the film took in the humor versus horror. I mean, you expect a film to just go all in with horror, but having humor in it was good because it made it easier to digest the blood splatter that otherwise would have made the film just like a dime a dozen splatter films. Here the humor eased the viewer to accept the kills, even if it was over the top, bloody scenes with a little bit of Final Destination elements added into it for every kill. But that makes it enjoyable to watch. But still, it does take from the killing drumming monkey that is on the loose, or should I say just sitting there and waiting for someone to wind it up. Next pro. Well, just my theory, but I feel the director wanted to end the film in a way that makes people ponder what did the end mean, and thus why he added that horseman at the end that is meant to be a horseman of the apocalypse. But he could have also done it just so people can debate what did it all mean, and simply the answer would just be the monkey and nothing more. Just like how the cheerleaders were in a bus at the end and they get killed by another truck, no explanation at all. Now moving on to my cons. I wasn't bored with the film for about 2/3 of the way, but I felt that the last part really fell short or fell apart completely, and they relied a little bit too much on the dumb humor and kills that seemed by the end to be just repetitive. I liked the role of the twins as kids, but I felt as adults, played by Theo James, he did how well, but for Bill, he didn't have much to work with, and I blame the script. Also, adding Ricky, the son of the sheriff that left his family, did not really play well with me. I mean, it felt he had his own story to tell, but this is the monkey's story, so back off. If you take him out of the film, I am sure that Hal and Petey would have ended up at Bill's lair eventually. Also, if you say, but who would have gotten the monkey and delivered it to Bill? Well, just have a rando from town sell it to him, since we already saw that he had an ad in the newspaper. You don't have to make a separate character just to deliver the monkey. Next con. I understand that the original story ended with the monkey being tossed into the lake. Then later on the news you hear about the fish dying, so that means that the monkey's still out there. But that would have not been a long enough story to make it into a movie. But did they really have to have the twins end up trying to kill each other at the end? Why not have them team up? Because maybe somebody else who is crazy has the monkey and they seek out just to kill people. Maybe have them know this person from childhood and knows about the mechanics behind the monkey and the backstory to it and how it works. And as an adult, he just goes mental and sees this as fun. But having the two brothers separate early on and then just come back because Bill wants Petey to kill Hal because he blames him for the death of their mom. Also, that stupid part when he says, "You killed my mom," and Hal goes, "She was mine too," and Bill replies, "Oh yeah, I forgot," or "I didn't see it that way." If it is meant to be funny, it fell apart in a serious moment right there, and it was just really lame. Also, a quick note, it is a sad thing that they couldn't keep the original monkey with the symbols from the short story and had to make it into a drumming monkey because of Disney. Disney owns the rights to the monkey with the symbols due to Toy Story 3, but here's a fun fact. The monkey in Toy Story was put in there because the director, Lee Unkrich, is a really big fan of Stephen King, thus having the monkey in Toy Story. Sad that they couldn't reach out out and say, can we use the monkey in the film? And Disney saying, sure, buddy, go ahead. Well, I guess that's corporate for you. Nobody nowadays does anything for anybody else. Also, I guess a con would have been that in the original story, there was no twins, but in the film, they said, let's make Hal have another brother so we can have more ways to make funny jokes that at the end don't really land. So my grade for this film is going to be a 5.5 out of 10. I enjoy that this short story got made into a film and showing that older stories from the 80s or before can still be popular and have a target audience nowadays. I really enjoyed the first 2/3 of the film, but the ending is where I had issues with. The humor was fine because it balanced out the horror in such a way that it aided with the splatter film element, but by the end, having Bill, a grown adult, act like a child didn't really fit. Also, I felt that they wanted to be like, it's not the monkey, but the person who turns the key that is at fault, but they didn't even bring that through in the end. So I gotta say, this film, I would not really want to recommend it. So that does it for this review of The Monkey. Please join us next time where we're going to review Mickey 17.
You're applying to be an expendable?
You read through the paperwork?
Yeah. I should have read through it.
Please like, comment, and subscribe. You can find our social media links below. And like always, keep watching movies.